Hello to you, neighbors. This is Jessica in Communications for the City of Battle Creek, and this is the City Commission Agenda Preview for the May 16th regular City Commission meeting. If you're new to these preview videos or need a reminder about the different parts of our agendas and what they mean, check out the link to our intro video down below in the description box. You can follow along with the agenda on our website, battlecreekmi.gov. Visit the Your Government tab, Mayor and City Commission, then Agendas, Minutes, and Videos. If you click Online Agenda for the date of the agenda you want to see, you will look at the window that I'm sharing with you here. Continuing from our last preview, May is a big month for recognition, and so the Commission will present 2 proclamations at the meeting. The first is for Public Service Recognition Week, which is actually this week as I am speaking to you on Friday, May 12th, and then National Public Works Week, which starts on May 21st. The Commission will hear one presentation, and it will be about the annual report from the Calhoun County Consolidated Dispatch Authority, which is the official name of our Calhoun County 911. We have 3 public hearings on May 16th to allow public comment on 3 specific items. The first is about an application for an obsolete property rehabilitation exemption certificate. We call that an OPRA. And this is for the Anson building at 119 through 121 West Michigan Avenue. This would allow them to not pay property taxes for 12 years because they are investing in a $3 million rehab project for this building. This is a historic building, and plans for it include the Sprout BC Food Market on the 1st floor and apartments on the 2nd and 3rd floors. The second public hearing is about our project plan for our Verona Wellfield improvements, which is the major source of our community's drinking water. You may remember that we're working on a project to replace the well casings on all 22 of our water production wells, and that's to protect them from future contamination because the casings are in poor condition at this point. This hearing specifically is for part of the overall project that would update underground power wiring, fiber optic cable, and our SCADA system. And SCADA is a monitoring and data system. And these improvements will make sure that our well fields' power and communications are updated and reliable. And then a second phase of that project will install a membrane filtration system, and that will screen out future contaminants as we become aware of them. The third public hearing for this meeting is about giving the honorary street name of Urban League Way to the section of United Way between Van Buren and Champion Streets. We have one ordinance introduction related to updating our city ordinance about alarm systems, specifically fire and burglar alarms that people have installed. Our police and fire departments have been part of meetings in recent years about this particular law and the current problems that are within it. Because our staff have responded to a large number of false alarms because these systems haven't been permitted or inspected properly, the updates to the law would increase false alarm fees and penalties related to multiple responses to defective systems over a year. This would also update the registration process, installation standards for these systems, the inspection process, and would reestablish the City Alarm Safety Board. And the members of that board would be the fire chief and police chief or their representatives, a city commissioner, and 2 city neighbors. We have one ordinance adoption, and this was introduced at the May 2nd regular commission meeting. This ordinance would replace our AMSA Board of Appeals with a City of Battle Creek Construction Board of Appeals, which is required by state law. The City Commission voted previously to end our AMSA membership, and that also requires some changes to our electrical, plumbing, and mechanical codes since they all reference AMSA. This ordinance would update those codes, clean up some outdated references, and update the language to be ungendered. Moving on to our consent agenda for May 16th, it includes minutes from previous meetings, the city manager's report for the evening, the ambulance report for April, the 2022 Civil Service Commission Annual Report, and Resolution 138. And that resolution would appoint a new member to the Urbandale Neighborhood Planning Council, number 5. Next, we have the resolutions that are not on the consent agenda, numbers 139 to 148. Reso 139 considers approving the honorary street name Urban League Way to the section of United Way between Van Buren and Champion Streets after the public hearing that's earlier in the May 16th meeting. Reso 140 considers approving a special use permit for a religious institution in a single-family residential zoning district at 50 Spencer Street, and that's Kingdom Builders Worldwide. At the April 26th Planning Commission meeting, the Planning Commission recommended that the City Commission approve this. Reso 141 considers approving a special use permit for a child care center at the same location, that's 50 Spencer Street or Kingdom Builders Worldwide. The Planning Commission also recommended approval of this permit at their April 26th meeting. Reso 142 considers approving the sale of a vacant, city-owned, tax-reverted property on West Roosevelt Avenue. Reso 143 considers approving a social district permit for New Holland Brewing, one of our new downtown businesses, for the State Street Commons area. And this is the area downtown where you can have alcohol from permitted businesses and move around in that area of downtown. Reso 144 considers approving that Oprah certificate for the Anson Building on West Michigan Avenue after the public hearing earlier in this meeting. Reso 145 considers approving the part of our Verona Wellfield project related to the underground power and communication systems, also after the public hearing earlier in the meeting. Reso 146 considers approving an agreement between the city, Calhoun County, and the County Consolidated Dispatch Authority, or Calhoun County 911, for a new Motorola Command Central Aware system. And that's a software system that would use mapping, data, and communications information to make our 911 and police response better in the community with more real-time information helping them do that. Reso 147 considers approving that the city fly the Blue Star Mothers flag at City Hall from June 1st through June 30th. And the Blue Star Mothers is a nonprofit organization of women who have children serving in the military, Guard, or reserves, or have children who are veterans. And finally, Reso 148 considers approving a closed session of the commission at the end of this meeting on May 16th about a legal matter, and this is allowed by the Open Meetings Act. Once they have finished that closed session discussion, they will come back into the public meeting. If a vote is required, they'll do so, and if not, they will end the meeting at that time. That's all for the May 16th regular City Commission meeting. For more information and to see more detail and documents that are related to each agenda item, please check it out online or get a paper copy in the City Clerk's office at City Hall. Thanks for joining me. Watch the City Commission live or as replays on the City of Battle Creek, Michigan YouTube channel, and get connected with your City of Battle Creek.